implications, China and Korea. And thank you, Matt. Chinese government announced that espionage law punishment for journalists, scholars, and businessmen to take effect next month. In particular, surveillance of foreign media will be strengthened. What can you say about the fact that freedom of press and expression has become more difficult in China?
So I haven't reviewed that specific law that you refer to, but I will say we have long expressed concerns about the lack of freedom of expression in China. We've expressed concerns broadly about human rights in China. The secretary made those concerns clear, both in his meetings with Chinese officials when we were there and in his public comments before he left Beijing and since he returned, and will continue to do that.
Just as Russia arrested an American journalist for espionage, can this law be seen as an act to block the media that keeps China in check?
As I said, I'm not familiar with the specific provisions of this law, so I wouldn't want to comment on what the implications might be.
U.S. and South Korea, Mongolia talks. Do you have any detail of this?
I do not. I can take that back.
Thank you.
Briefly on China.
Yeah.
Deputy Secretary Sherman's call, I know you released a readout just a few minutes ago. Was there any discussion of planning a visit by the Foreign Minister Chen, to Washington?
I don't want to get into the specifics that were discussed beyond what we said in the readout, but as you know, the Secretary, when he was in Beijing, invited the Foreign Minister to come to Washington. The Foreign Minister accepted that. We've continued to have talks with the government in Beijing about when that visit might occur and what it might look like, but we've come to no final determinations yet, or they have come to no final determinations yet about when that might be scheduled.
But this call, was it, I'm sure it was substantive, but it was, she's retiring in a couple days. Was this more of a kind of?
No, this was a substantive call. This was a substantive call. It was to follow up on the Secretary's visit. There are a number of conversations that are happening at the sub-cabinet level now about following up on some of the issues that the Secretary discussed. Any more? I'll try to say, check.
Has the department come to a decision on who will replace Rick Waters as head of China House, or when can we expect an announcement?
We have not come to a decision, and I don't have any announcements to make about when we will make that announcement. Any more on China before I move? Okay.